This is Football Fans Tribe. Right here, we get thoughts and reactions of football fans after matches, and we give you fantastic, juicy, and as always, great footballing content back to back. So please, if you've not subscribed to the channel, do so. Thank you, and you too much. Okay, so finally, after a very long time, Arsenal don't drop 2 points. How you see the match?
Sure. If you check out the game where they come up for Arsenal, like now one of the difficult one among all of them, 9 this. Like I don't care about Manchester United, I don't care about Tottenham match because I feel say those one look more easier than this Newcastle because Newcastle, if you check the kind of form where Newcastle did this season, none of the big teams don't beat them this season. To tell you who them beat this season, they are very strong going forward. Their defense, they are the best defensive side now right now in Premier League. So what are you expecting? And they don't come out to play Arsenal today. They just got to like defend all their life because they know say if they come out, Arsenal go punish them. Arsenal they get players who get the pace and everything. But all they try to do today now just more defend our life, more make sure say we carry out with maybe a point today. They even give some of their players with the bench yellow card based on see they try waste time with the ball and everything. So now what they want and they get the 1 point. I not to say they deserve the 1 point because Arsenal just mess up, kind of like they don't take their chances.
Yeah, like the first 10 minutes of the match.
Beginning of the match, Arsenal supposed to score like 2 or 3 goals. At the same time, beginning of the second half, the same thing. Arsenal supposed to score, but they are not good enough today. So
if you say now based on say Newcastle, then they're very physical. So if you say that physicality really disturb Arsenal.
Yeah, I feel saying that the physicality disturb Arsenal because the boys, that Newcastle boys, like man to man. They're very strong. They know they play see okay more overlap say which one score or something. Like they're very physical when it come to that their box 18 and at the same time they no one just give you any chance because they know say if they give you chance you go punish them and before they go see where score you again if you don't score them another one. So what did they got to do today? They did with that their physicality to make sure say all the tackles where they do extraordinary. Everything where they do to make sure say everything go alright. At the same time, if you say Arsenal not even they lucky today with the referees side kind of like the blowing and all, but I don't want to put and say a complaint or something. But last the match ends 0-0. I don't feel bad about the match based on say guy going forward. Like if you want to win league, you need to give some kind of challenge. You know, if you win like maybe straight all the game, it's not possible now. So now one of the challenges I be this.
Okay, was that a penalty for you? That's the infringement on Gabriel.
Yeah, Gabriel, I will agree 100% say that one a penalty, but this other guy own. I feel say Arsenal and they don't even protest because if they protest like ginger the referee, maybe the VR if you call and say far. But at the same time, I feel say as they no protest, maybe like now what give the referee the upper hand say okay, there is no need since they no protest. How far VR they'll say move on. Now so the match take be. But the second one, I feel say now one of those days where if they want really give Arsenal the Premier League, they go blow and say a penalty. But for me, they think no be penalty. Quite alright, no be penalty. The second one.
Okay, the second one.
Yes. Which if the handball, where the guy shoot the ball, he hit them for hand. If they want Arsenal to win league, back then of Manchester United, wait till they wait time for now. They go bull and say that clear penalty, but quite alright. I don't want to put blame on the referee or put blame on somebody. Now one of the deals is.
Okay, you feel say fatigue don't they setting because don't they play like less than 2 matches or so. You don't they play like 3. You don't they play 3 matches in just less than 2 weeks or so. So you don't feel say fatigue don't they setting because Martinelli was nowhere, in this match.
I feel say no be fatigue. If not fatigue, the fatigue need to catch player like Bukayo Saka, person will play almost like getting to semi-final of World Cup, and you come back, still remain strong, 100% strong. Like going forward, you see there scoring goals, assists, and everything is still there. And today, he's one of the best players in the pitch, the all round pitch. Now he won't be one of the best players. So if not fatigue, I expect player like Saka not to perform the way Martinelli no perform today. But if you tell me say nah fatigue, no, I will not agree with that because. Player like Martinelli, now one of those days where Mourinho go tell Herrera, say, okay, Mark Hazard, anywhere where Hazard they go, just follow him up. When I die together, even though inside they are posting the goal, you want to go kick ball, follow him up, just follow him. No mind about the other people where they pass you, just they follow him up. So now one of those days, now what did Trippier do Martinelli today, and you don't even give her any chance at all. Anytime when Martinelli try to take her on, he make sure say get the ball or maybe collect your look at, you don't care about anything will go come up.
Okay, so on our next 2 matches, Tottenham and Manchester United. How many points you feel you go get for those matches?
I will get 6 out of 6.
6. You go win Tottenham and you go win Manchester United.
Quite sure. I do 100% sure because none of this team now they physical the way this Newcastle team did. I feel even swear you say even Liverpool, even Man City, they know they physical the way these people did because Liverpool and club like City, they feel give you the freedom say make you to play the ball. But these people now kind of like they just come out say okay we know say Arsenal better pass us, but what we got to do? defend all our life. No give them any chance of them scoring goal or something. Like mark them man to man. No give them chance. So now the physicality where then they get today, now be that. The physicality where they talk about club like Manchester United. Manchester United they would like to come out because they chased of 4. They would like to come out say they won't come play you, and now they will go punish them.
Okay, now before everybody they talk about party department for the field. Yeah, so it don't dey like say last no be really in as much as yes that one day, but it can't dey like say and I suppose also focus for the attack very very well again because it be like say when Arteta looked the bench, he was not very confident of bringing in anybody.
Now the problem now be this because if you dey on top of the league, like you want win the Premier League, you need to get squad depth. You really need to get squad depth, not just for midfielders, not just for defenders. You need to get them going forward because if you check Martinelli today, if they say another player D where they answer Martinelli for bench, Martinelli got to go outside. I know they say may answer name of Martinelli, but may answer the kind of play where Martinelli they play. Martinelli got to go to the bench. The same thing with Nketiah. If they say another striker did bench, Nketiah got to, but nobody did there. Now the problem we by now, like Arsenal supposed to sign like 2. You see what Chelsea don't do already. They don't sign like 2 players. Now what Arsenal supposed to do if we really want to maintain this top spot? I don't want to know who will be the player. I just want to hear say somebody did bench, but in they represent the kind of performance where Martinelli they perform, represent the kind of performance where Nketiah and Bukayo Saka they perform. You get because right now, player like Fabio Vieira, he never ready to step up to maybe bench a player like Martin Odegaard. So you see, say today the coach look back, say, what's the happen here? Who I want put? You see, come out defender, put defender because there is nobody. Normally, if they find goal, you go come out defender and a striker you go put, but there's nobody in the bench. So I feel say going forward right now, Arsenal really need to sign somebody. They need somebody, not just 1, not just 2. Like if we really want progress, we need to sign 3 good players, 2 forward, that 1 for that party midfield. That's all. And I swear you say if Arsenal get 3 players, availability. Say 3 players, you know go see Champions League.
Okay, now this run of games now, I don't play Brighton and I don't win, don't play West Ham and I don't win. Of course, we talk to all those guys now very strong people. Now you don't play Newcastle. There's a draw. We play Tottenham, they play Manchester United. How important for you? How does this whole matches, this series of matches, how do they affect your chances of winning this league?
I feel say the match will supposed affect my chances of winning the league. I don't play them today. And I don't get 1 point out of the match. I tell you right now, see, Newcastle are one of the most, what I want just call them just now, like defensive, the best defensive team right now for Premier League. You get so you know if you tell me now, see, are they fear the lack of Manchester United or fear? I feel say Newcastle now Liverpool of last 2-3 seasons ago. Like if you want to play them, they are very good in defending. Like they know the 2 concede goals. The lack of Van Dijk, they at their peak. The lack of Matip, they at their peak. Now be this Newcastle. I don't know which of these they are defender where they good like that, but all of them they play together. At the same time, they know when they go forward, they know when they return. And you see, and this season now they get the less goals conceding this season for Premier League. So to tell you, say I don't face the difficult people. I feel say Arsenal, Liverpool, Arsenal and Newcastle playing today. Now last season of what you watching Liverpool and Man City playing, you get so now one of those match. And I feel say the match ends 0-0. I don't feel anything bad because Newcastle are one of the strongest side this season.
Okay.
So I don't play the most difficult side.
Okay, finally. Manchester United now, for the past 3 matches, they never concede. And it's like they are really cooking something. So you really feel, say, if I want to play Manchester United, if Arsenal play Manchester United, and I will take 3 points.
I know say I will consider against Manchester United, but I will take 3 points. You know why? Because Manchester United, going forward, they try like scoring goals and, you know, Arsenal, they score goal going forward. I tell you now, see, this team where they mentioned for you now, Tottenham, Newcastle, Tottenham, Man U, and even Liverpool, even Chelsea, they know if you come now, say they won't come defend you 90 minutes the way Newcastle do today. They go come, they get out for their mind to say they won't win you. You get? So if the more they come out to play you, the more Arsenal get more chance to score the goals. Unless Manchester United just learn something for this Newcastle game, say, okay, we'll not go there to win. And last, nobody just Arsenal go lose point. Then they go lose point because they chase stuff for right now. Newcastle did their front, the lack of Tottenham did their back, they struggle to they come in too. So I feel say that's not going to just get anything to affect me going forward. Like lack of Manchester United and Tottenham. They no fear affect me winning the league. If not the chance of winning the league, if not these 2 teams remain for me, I feel say I don't win the league.
Voila, thank you.
Thanks for watching. Right here, another one of our videos where you're supposed to like, and all our social media links. I beg, follow us on every platform because we get content for everybody.